my curiosity to kind of figure things out and understand, just kind of figured out this is what an H-1B is, this is what a TN is, this is what an EAD is, and was able then to start providing guidance on that and working with refer to sub vendors, third parties that have a lot of H-1Bs on their staff. I love YouTube and I like to watch a lot of different things on YouTube. And I started looking and I realized, like, wow, there's not a lot of people out there that are like staffing experts like me talking about immigration. I had this vision of the H-1B guy come to me because that's what my colleagues had referred to me as. Hey, go ask Robert. He's the H-1B guy. He can answer that question. And I realized that people are really interested in what my political stance and opinion is on this. And so I merged like my professional knowledge in this very niche skill, right? Work authorization expert. I'm not an attorney, but I know how to help employers solve complicated work authorization issues that come up in the recruitment process. I started talking about that. And then I started talking about the political side of it and the channel and the website. It just slowly and organically started to take off. Here I am now, almost 12 months into it. And between my website and my YouTube channel, I'm averaging over 30,000 views a month. I think ultimately to continue to bring awareness to a very complicated subject matter, but also to help educate a lot of people who may not understand what H-1B visas do, the value of them, and the jobs that they actually create here in the US. I estimate that an H-1B visa employee creates 2 American jobs. So for every one H-1B visa employee, 2 American jobs are created. So one of the things that I want employers to realize is that while sponsorship is an investment and it is a significant commitment to that employee, the value that the employee can bring to the organization is sometimes at least twofold, if not more than that. The vision is to continue to bring awareness to not only individuals, but employers on the value of the H-1B visa is significant for employers, for the US economy, and just for overall growth as a country. That's where I come into play, is to help advise them and connect them to a variety of folks in the immigration world, whether those be attorneys or automated immigration technology that's out there, or to take it even a step further, they realize that we can't employ this person. They are losing their visa. And that's where somebody like a Syndesus comes into play, right? I think the biggest problem is the cycle. And what I mean by the cycle is that right now, when we talk about employment based preferences, green card sponsorship, there's a 7% country cap on country of birth. And so each year there's an annual allotment, 140,000 typically is the number, but then there are spillovers that do happen. So each country historically is given 7% of the 140,000 annually. But when you look at the 2 countries, India and China, accounting for over 90% of the H-1B visas that are issued annually, it's created this pretty extensive green card backlog. That's the problem, is ultimately what it does is it creates a situation where individuals are having to wait more than 3,000 days from their priority date for their final action date to become current. By my very fuzzy math, anything over 3,000 days, we're talking about a 10-year time frame. And so what it's done is it's created a lot of break in work and a loss of honestly dignity, purpose, the ability to individually earn and contribute to a family, and all because of unfortunately COVID is the primary reason that's given for some of these massive delays. But at the end of the day, a lot of it, we have to be honest with where we are on that. And that's an administrative issue within the US government. Even worse, you brought a documented dreamer, which is somebody who was born outside of the US as an accompanied minor, as a dependent. And at the age of 21, those individuals age out unless their parents' adjustment of status has been submitted. I refer to them as kids, but I've had kids on the channel, and some of them were months old when they came to the US, months old. So their entire life and their entire being, they identify as American. And we've talked about this concept here in the US that when you age out at the age of 21, American born kids are celebrating turning 21, but documented dreamers turning 21 is a dread, and it's something that the months leading up to that, there's a lot of anxiety that surrounds that. I think that when you look at, we're all sort of in this weird immigration technology space, which quite honestly is going to continue to expand. The global society and workforce is only going to continue to expand. And so the partnership just made a lot of sense, I think, from Syndesus and the other entity, Path to Canada's perspective, and trying to utilize the PEO and NGTS to help employers here in the US. If you are looking at a situation where you have somebody who is has an OPT EAD or OPT EAD STEM that potentially is expiring, you've put them in the lottery and the lottery was failed multiple times, but you need to keep this individual on staff because you've spent thousands of dollars in training, they're a subject matter expert in a particular application, or you just like them as an employee and they do really good work. Syndesus comes in. Or if I am an OPT EAD and my employer is not going to retain me because of the failed lottery, but I'm really confident in my skills and I have 3, 5 years of experience, that's where I'm going to pursue an opportunity with Path to Canada. So it really is, it's a two-pronged approach, right? It's my employer wants to keep me, Syndesus is a great option. My employer doesn't want to keep me, then I need to have a plan B, and that's where Path to Canada comes into play. It goes back to the point I made earlier, which is what is the cost to you as an organization to either have to backfill that individual's job or that position goes unfilled? And what does that cost you as an organization? Is it more than what it would cost to park that employee under the Syndesus and their PEO? Friends to the north, right, have taken a big step in that, and recently been named the number one destination for folks looking to relocate for work. Think about, why would somebody who is pro H-1B, pro US jobs want to work with a company like Syndesus? And to me, it's one of these things where partnership makes so much sense because I know employers here in the US that go, I don't know what else to do. And when you get to I don't know what else to do, that's where my relationship with Mark and the team at Syndesus makes a lot of sense, because I'm able to tell my client, hey, check this out. And I think just in my partnership with Syndesus in the last 90 days, I've been able to create a lot of awareness and interest in Syndesus because my audience is 80% H-1Bs that are here in the US.